Top 10 Most Violent and Powerful Mafia Groups in the World. 1. Sicilian Mafia. Acting in Sicily since the early 19th century, becoming an international organization in the early 20th century. Originally, the organization was engaged in protection of owners of orange plantations and the nobility, owning large tracts of land, mainly from themselves. These were the rudiments of racketeering. Later, the Cosa Nostra expanded its range of activity, becoming a criminal group in every respect. Since the 20th century, the main activity of the Cosa Nostra has been gangsterism. 2. Russian Mafia. This is officially the worst organized crime group. Former FBI special agents call the Russian Mafia the most dangerous people on earth. In the West, the term Russian Mafia can refer to any criminal organizations, both Russian proper, and from other post-Soviet states, or from the immigrant environment in the far abroad. Some have hierarchical tattoos, often use military tactics, and carry out contract murders. 3. The Mexican Mafia, La IM. This gang is an ally of the Aryan Brotherhood from the south coast of the United States. Known for its active involvement in the drug trade. Gang members are easily identified by a special tattoo in the form of a black hand located on the chest. The Mexican Mafia was created in the late 50s by members of a street gang of Mexicans incarcerated at Dual Prison, located in Tracy, California. The founders of the gang were 13 Mexican Americans from East Los Angeles, several of whom were members of the Maraville gang. They called themselves Mexican Ami, which translates from Nahuatl as one who walks with God in his heart. 4. Yakuza. Yakuza are organized crime syndicates in Japan, similar to the triads in other Asian countries or the Western Mafia. Nevertheless, the social organization and workings of the Yakuza are very different from other criminal groups. They even have their own office buildings, and their actions are often and quite openly written about in the press. One of the iconic images of the Yakuza are their elaborate colored tattoos all over their bodies. Yakuza use the traditional method of manually injecting ink under the skin, known as irizumi. Such a tattoo serves as a kind of proof of bravery, as this method is quite painful. 5. Chinese Triad. Triads are a form of secret criminal organizations in China and in the Chinese diaspora. Triads have always been characterized by common beliefs, belief in the mystical meaning of the number 3, hence their name. Nowadays, the triads are mainly known as mafia-type criminal organizations, spread in Taiwan, the United States and other centers of Chinese immigration, specializing in drug trafficking and other criminal activities. The triad is one of the most patriotic mafias. During international events, the militants guarantee the safety of foreigners, and during the SARS outbreak they even announced a $1 million bonus to the doctor who finds a cure for the disease. 6. Hells Angels, USA. One of the largest motorcycle clubs in the world, with chapters, branches, all over the world. It belongs, along with Outlaws MC, Pagans MC and Bandidos MC, to the so-called Big Four outlaw clubs, and is the most famous among them. Law enforcement agencies in several countries call the club a motorcycle gang and accuse it of drug dealing, racketeering, dealing in stolen goods, violence, murders, etc. According to a legend posted on the official website of the motorcycle club, during World War II, and the U.S. Air Force existed the 303rd Heavy Bomber Squadron with the name Hells Angels. After the war ended and the unit disbanded, the pilots were unemployed. They believed that their homeland had betrayed them and abandoned them to their fate. They had no choice but to go against their cruel country, get on motorcycles, join motorcycle clubs and revolt. 7. Mara Salvatrucha. This mafia engages in many types of criminal business, including drug, gun, and human trafficking, robbery, racketeering, contract murders, kidnapping for ransom, pimping, car theft, money laundering, and fraud. Many street vendors and small stores located in Mara Salvatrucha territories pay the gang up to half their income for the opportunity to work. Many Salvadorans living in the United States are also forced to pay MS-13, whose relatives will be mutilated or killed in their home countries if the gangs refuse. 8. Montreal Rizzuto Mafia. The Rizzuto is a crime family that is mainly based in Montreal, but runs the provinces of Quebec and Ontario. They once had a merger with families in New York, which eventually led to the mafia wars in Montreal in the late 70s. The Rizzutos own hundreds of millions of dollars worth of real estate in various countries. They own hotels, restaurants, bars, nightclubs, construction, food, service, and retail companies. In Italy they own furniture and Italian delicatessen companies. 9. Mungiki, Kenya. This is a Kenyan band, since 2002, political religious group reviving the traditional African religion. It was born in the wake of the Mau Mau revolt. It became notorious for massacres and clashes with police. Mungiki considers itself a religious group advocating the preservation of the traditional African way of worship, culture, and way of life. Its adherents pray with their faces turned toward Mount Kenya. They also practice vows and sacrifices. 10. Albanian Mafia. One of the oldest families, founded as far back as the 15th century. Consists of a large number of criminal organizations, based in Albania. Particularly active in the US and European countries. They became stars worldwide in the 1980s. At the moment, control a huge part of the porn industry and illegal, as if there is also illegal, drug trafficking, in the US and England. Distinctive features: increased violence.